do something like actually like, oh, okay, I'm going to 6-pool, but no. Really, really early gas, though, as Damien was pointing out with his exclamation from EnDerr. I'm guessing we're going to see really fast speedlings.
Either speedling
maybe
or
some Banes? Yeah, a couple Banes. Like, I mean, if you get out the really early lings, you can kind of, okay, your opponent's okay, they're being aggressive, but generally you don't think they took gas because they're doing those lings. So if they don't get speed, and if Hunta doesn't actually scout him, that would be really, really kind of surprising, because you assume, okay, a few lings out, maybe they're just macroing up and have a few lings, defensive lings out.
Yeah, not at this time. It depends when Hunter sees them. Because of his Overlord positioning, he's not going to see these until his second Overlord, which will be over the Watchtower. Then he'll know it's a 10 pool. Then he'll know how much trouble he's in. Because, of course, Hunter, his pool's only about halfway done. It'll be nearly finished by the time EnDerr gets to his base. And EnDerr, across the map, is going to be speed. No Bailing Nest. So, yeah, 10 pool speed. This can do a lot of damage.
Yeah, Hunta's spotting that only right now, and we'll see how he reacts. I mean, he can't. The thing is, right now, he really can't react by doing much. I mean, he's got to hope that natural hatch something that's going to work, and if that does, he's going to be out ahead. But I mean, right now, literally, you see the spawning pool finish now, and no lings. He instantly does make 4 lings, though, and a queen coming out as soon as he can. Trying to do some micro here, does get down 1 spine crawler, but I mean, it's not in a good position. He'll be able to move later, but for now, it's really going to do nothing.
Yeah, but the threat of the drones is enough to push EnDerr back from the main for now. That spine crawler will have time to complete. EnDerr will stabilize. Sorry, Hunt will stabilize a little bit and get his lings up. But EnDerr already has so many. He's going to take down this natural hatch with no problems at all. Skirmish with these lings a little bit, trying to surround those lings as they pop, but not quite manage to get it. And yeah, he's just going to take down this natural base, and he is probably pretty happy about this, but he needs more. He needs more than just this, because he's still really behind in the economic stakes.
Yeah, he does need more, but at the same time, he has so many lings out right now that he can't exactly attack into Hunta here, but he definitely can contain him for a little while. And I feel like Hunta, he got to get these lings off his back right here, setting the Overlord out to try to see them. And right now, in just an A move, EnDerr does have more lings, and speed kicks in right now. It's going to be really, really big. They do catch all these lings out, and actually, interestingly enough, saying no, actually, screw that. Going up into the main, may catch a drone there, does catch that one drone, and this is looking actually really good for EnDerr. He does have 5-6 seconds, or 3-4 seconds before these lings hit. These lings get to him.
But there's the spine crawler still in his main, so there's nothing that EnDerr can do right now. He's just got to be able to contain Hunta for as long as possible until his natural finishes, until he can get Bane Nests up and on all that extra bits of juicy tech that Zerg needs to survive the sort of early mid stages of ZVZ.
Yet I feel like EnDerr is in a fine position just with speed. It's actually kind of comical to watch these lings go after them. It's like, come on, guys, wait up for me. But we do see the engagement happening right here. It is currently 26 lings to the 14, but the 14 lings of Hunta just are so slow right now. They can't really get anywhere, and EnDerr's really going to have map control for a while here. And I feel like he's in a great position. He's trying to get up his natural base now. And really, I mean, we don't see any Baneling Nests going up for Hunta yet. But on the other side of the map for EnDerr, I mean, Bailing Nest about a third of the way done. I feel like this is looking really, really good for EnDerr. He canceled that, made his opponent lose some minerals, and just kind of rebounding off that in a great way.
Yeah, he's doing pretty nicely. EnDerr, well, both players actually now starting their Bailing Nest. EnDerr's is a little ahead though, and especially against slow lings, he could hit some absolutely devastating Bailing connections with really very little effort. Wow, managed to get out with all those lings as well. So yeah, we'll have to see how EnDerr proceeds. His Bailing Nest is now finished, but it doesn't look like he's actually going to be too aggressive with it.
Doing two Banelings, though, in the third base of Hunta, actually. I mean, hoping to maybe get some kills to that natural or something. We do see these lings run by. A couple are caught out, and only 4 getting away. And, I mean, just they're not attacking here. We do see the Banelings moving in, though. And, nice hits. Really nice hits right there. And one Baneling survives, but on the other side of the map, in the natural of EnDerr, we have, how many lings? We have 17 lings incoming.
Yeah, and this is a lot for EnDerr to deal with. Knife dishing on that queen is going to allow it to trade out as efficiently as possible, but it's not efficiently enough as it falls. Hunter is now starting to morph in his own lings and taking down this natural for EnDerr, so things are looking a little bit dicey for our Zerg player here, but 2 reinforcing Banelings. Not quite getting the dream hits, but decent hits nonetheless. Certainly enough to secure EnDerr's natural and help him stabilize and defend Hunter's push out.
Yeah. EnDerr actually pushing out from here, though. Interestingly enough, okay, they are even now, but for a little while it was actually 20 drones to the 25 of EnDerr, so he kind of snuck up there a little bit, but it will be even now. We do see EnDerr on the other side of the map in the natural of Hunta, but I mean, it literally just completely denied. He doesn't even pull them back, but one Bane. Beautiful Baneling hit so far from EnDerr. I don't know if this is Hunta not quite paying attention, but it's really nice from him. This is definitely getting him into a nice position with even more Lings.
Yeah, just absolutely swelling them out now. Lots and lots of Banelings in production for both sides. Hunta about to go up to 6 Banes, and just a handful of Lings trying to bait out the shots or the hits on those Banes. But I don't know how the... Oh, yeah. Pretty good trade there. A little bit close. Yeah, I mean, in the end, Hunta ends up with 2 extra Banes. EnDerr, though, has all the Lings, and I don't know, Hunta doesn't... no, a little bit of a miss micro on EnDerr's Lings is going to mean he loses pretty much all of them to that Spine Crawler. Very unfortunate there, but... I mean, both players... This has been pretty back and forth. Both players being aggressive, but neither of them committing heavily enough to either break their opponent or completely destroy any chances they had in the game.
Yeah, both really, really even right now. The one nice thing about this early game where neither player is really transferred out of the tech, we do see Hunta going for that layer, though. But, I mean, just... Overlords are completely undenied, and you have really nice scouting. Both players have, actually, from Hunta, not the best, but from EnDerr, almost into the natural base of Hunta here. So, I mean, they both they know what's going on here, and they're holding on to that. Both going up to layer now, and Roach Warren, almost the same. EnDerr a little bit quicker, though. The Roach Warren is done now.
Yeah, and those Roaches are going to be really, really nice to him. If he can get up a decent enough count to actually counteract the Lings. The extra couple of Banelings that are left over here are going to be super helpful in doing that, just kind of stopping them, stopping the Lings as they approach Roaches. But EnDerr does have a little bit of an advantage on his +1 attacks, not a huge one, but either way, when +1 attacks finishes, I think the biggest deal is, for now, in the Roach versus Ling interaction, because obviously Roaches with +1, 2-shot Lings instead of 3-shotting them at all stages of the game. Maybe not once the Lings have +3, but still, it's a huge difference, and that sort of stuff doesn't really happen. So, yeah, Roaches are so much better, absolutely leagues better with +1 against Lings.
Yeah, definitely. And in these mirror matchups, we do see so far both players pretty much in the exact same upgrades, but the one key thing here is EnDerr has got a lot quicker, or not a lot quicker, but he has 4 Roaches out before his opponent even has, or I mean, he's about a 4 Roach lead at the moment. And I mean, really, if that starts to stack just a little bit, that could be a lot, but we do see both players not really deciding to not be aggressive. A couple Lings for Hunta kind of moving out, but actually looks, no, Hunta, yeah, just Hunta kind of pulling back, making sure his opponent isn't right at his doorstep, and both players kind of being passive just for the meantime now, just getting up their counts of Roaches and getting up their army values, because there is a really, really intense defender's advantage in this matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. Right up until, well, even after, a little after 200 comes in, the reinforcement rate, particularly in Roach versus Roach, matters a lot, especially given that Zergs are usually a little bit wary of spreading their creep too much in Zerg versus Zerg, because it can be as much a disadvantage as it is an advantage. Like, spreading creep will pretty much always benefit the more aggressive player.
Yes,
and that counts for both players. So if you're spreading creep, trying to be defensive, trying to get good vision around your bases, your opponent is going to be able to run between those bases and reinforce faster and retreat faster and all sorts of other extraneous benefits. But for now, EnDerr's just kind of scouting around. I'm kind of wondering where he's going with this.
Yeah, I was going to say the same. He may secure this Zelnaga tower, but the Roaches of Hunta actually, going for a little bit of an interception here. I don't think they'll actually get it, but, they may actually get an interception here if EnDerr will get, too many little armies. But both players kind of posturing to get in a fight, but EnDerr knows he can't take this, and especially I love Hunta just having a couple Banelings, maybe on accident, but I always love just a little bit of splash damage can make such a big difference. But Hunta actually pulling back. EnDerr's still in an interesting position on the right-hand side of the map. Now, I like this, that with this small amount of Roaches, maybe he can get some damage done, maybe poke in at some bases, but at the same time, he doesn't really have the big Roach army at home, so this is pretty much the majority of his army here, and it's looking scary, but Hunta, the one thing that's really favoring EnDerr here is Hunta's pretty much playing passively. He's saying, okay, I need to pull back and not do this, but you see the army's engaging a little, a nice concave actually from EnDerr.
Yeah, that little group of Roaches that's been wandering around on the right-hand side of the map came in, synced up with EnDerr's reinforcements and got him a great concave. Didn't manage to actually take engagement because Hunta was a little bit careful about that. But still, a couple of roaches picked off free. It's going to be very, very nice. And EnDerr, hey, I'm sure he must think that Hunter's doing something over here, because I don't see why else he'd do over here. Unless he's going to break all the way through the rocks. But, I mean, Hunter's already prepared for this. Yeah.
What I was thinking at first with that little patch of roaches is, yes, if you lose them, you're not in a great position, but you can get some beautiful positioning on your opponent. But I just thought you could see some really cool stuff. We didn't see that there. But Hunta will move backwards. Or sorry, not move backwards, what I'm saying. Hunta will retreat. And I mean, EnDerr being so aggressive here, and this is just favoring him right here. I mean, he can just amass his army at the doorstep of Hunta, and Hunta's just being forced back, and this is just magnificent map control so far for EnDerr.
Yeah, very, very nice. Despite the fact that Hunt has all these overlords giving him the vision, EnDerr is just actually, he still has the control of the map. Hunter's staying inside his base, being a little bit defensive, being a little careful, but now EnDerr goes to the engagement. Nice concave first for Hunter, but EnDerr's trying to spread out his roaches, but Hunter all that time doing the extra bit of damage, and now pretty much all the roaches spread out, doing lots and lots of damage to each other. Slight upgrade advantage for EnDerr here, I think, and we'll see how much that comes into things.
It may come into play, but with the lack of creep, these roaches for EnDerr cannot reinforce as quickly. A couple more coming down the line, but Hunter just has such a big defender's advantage right here, pumping out 15 roaches, and he has defended right now, but he cannot attack into this army right now. He's got to wait a little while, but actually him saying that I can, it looks like EnDerr is completely on the retreat, but once these reinforcements get there, interestingly enough, just completely going on retreat there. I thought these new roaches would meet up and kind of provide new the fresh meat for this fight.
Yeah, he just wants to make sure that if he takes the fight, he takes it as strongly as possible. So groups up all his reinforcements, gets a little bit of a pre-concave going down his sort of the choke towards his third and fourth bases. But yeah, and a couple of misrallied roaches.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, from Hunta, now tech-wise, he's going burrow, but he is on 5 gas, and I'm really curious to see how he's going to transition to this. Whether he's just going to be crazy. I mean, he could just keep going with +1/1 and just get really, really good upgraded Hunta roaches. But right now, I mean, he's going to have a really big bank of gas, and I'm curious to see how he's going to transition out of that. And also, both players taking the 4th base about the same time.
Yeah, it's going to be a little interesting to see. For now, Hunter's trying to move in. EnDerr has a fantastic concave here, though. But he needs to get it all firing. There we go. And this is going to be very, very tough engagement for Hunter to take. He does have the slight advantage of that burrow, so that he can maybe try and micro-stump his roaches during the fight. But for now, EnDerr on the right bottom-hand side is going to crush through and curve around very nicely onto the rest of Hunter's roaches.
Yeah, burrow is done. Tunneling claws not at all there yet, but we do see a lot more roaches coming out. 22 for Hunta here, while only 5 for EnDerr. So I mean, if Hunta can just keep this pressure up for a little while longer, he's gonna have so many roaches. And out of EnDerr, I mean, we don't really see a tech choice yet. I mean, yes, we do see the infestation pits, but nothing made out of that yet. So still, both on roaches. Well, I'm really surprised that Hunta. I mean, he has not decided what to do yet with this gas, and he's actually using it mostly into roaches.
Yeah, it's going to be a little interesting. EnDerr, of course, has invested into those infestors, but that's a lot of gas that's gone in there. And for now, it's not doing anything. Hunta, with his burrow, much, much cheaper upgrade. All his roaches now in full health. He can take a very nice engagement. These spine crawlers aren't finished up yet. So Hunta pushed in with the second wave, and EnDerr doesn't have the reinforcements because he spent it all on infestors, which are doing nothing so far. They're not even out yet.
Yeah, Infestor's nowhere in sight right here. Hunter does take a really nice fight right there. Isn't fighting these Infestors now. 2 fungal growths. Oh, beautiful rip from EnDerr. But I mean, EnDerr just does not have that much right here. The army of Hunta is splitting up. Some going for the actual roach one. Oh no, just getting a great concave. GG. Hunta takes game 1.
Guys, welcome back to game number 2. It's going to be over 2.
That's pretty intense.
Yeah, as you wonderful ladies and gentlemen can see. And our first player is going to be down here in the bottom left. He's our pink Zerg player, currently down 1-0, but he's got plenty of chance to bring it back in this best of 5. It is from Psystorm Gaming, EnDerr.
And his opponent in the top right-hand corner of Overgrowth, currently up 1 game, representing Infinity Pro. It is the yellow Zerg, Hunta. Yes, yes. And to start this game off, we see Hunta going a hatch before pool at least, while on the other side of the map, EnDerr being aggressive again like he was in game 1.
Yeah, so far, but this time, Hunta seems a bit better placed to defend it. He did go hatch first again, but much faster pool following it up. So I think he'll be a little better. And EnDerr isn't going as aggressive either. Just a bit later of a pool timing and his own hatch to follow up. So I really don't think there's much that EnDerr's going to be able to get done with this pool. Or, in fact, he's not. I don't think he's going to be really aiming to get that much done either. Just a regular sort of speed links, man.
No, yeah, I agree with you. I don't think he's really going to be doing much out of that pool, as you're saying. Yes, regular speedling span, getting that first gas down. Now, for Hunta, though, I mean, he's still droning. No, and he's actually 3 drones ahead at the moment. Not too crazy, but, I mean, no gas yet. This is looking really interesting to see what he's going to do here.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. And for now, EnDerr's just going to get a couple of lings out, obviously a little before Hunta's, because Hunta's pool was a little bit later. But they won't be able to do any damage. What they will do, though, is, I think, a full scan of Hunta's base. There doesn't seem to be any way for Hunta to actually deny this scout getting off. So EnDerr's going to know exactly what's going on. He'll see the gas timing. He'll probably see the queen pop out. And all in all, nice little bit of a win from that.
Yeah, definitely a lot better scouting from him so far. And I feel like that was kind of what we saw in game 1 obviously there was the aggression, but I feel like in the previous games we've seen out of EnDerr he's been really good at the scouting, and we do see from EnDerr finally getting that speed going, and just he keeps droning up, so it's not even an aggressive, he's just trying to go into the late game, both standardly playing that, but on the other side of the map for Hunta, just not going for as much gas, and maybe, I doubt we're going to see him skip speed, but we may see him do that.
Yeah, there's always a chance, and there's that Ling for EnDerr finally dying off after getting full scout. He saw absolutely everything the Hunter's doing, so EnDerr's going to know exactly what's going on. He's going to be able to react appropriately. Hunta still much more in the dark, and so we see that safety spine crawler being thrown down. It doesn't look like it's necessary yet, but Hunta doesn't know that. Oh, you know what? I think Hunta, he might be making the right decision with that spine crawler.
Yeah, I was gonna say he doesn't know that, but I mean, 20 lings coming out of Baneling Nest. That's looking pretty good for Hunta. Hunta does have that one spine crawler out, but I mean, Hunta hasn't. He literally only knows there's the natural there. He's not scouted anything into the main and knows nothing from that. Obviously, that little bit earlier ling for that scout may have told him something, but I doubt that. He does anticipate this attack, and he does see it now. It will go under his overlords, and I mean, he's on full prepare for this. He's getting down the Roach Warren and getting down those Evo chambers just to actually get a nice block off. 2 queens here will be able to hold on for a while, especially with the spine crawler. But these lings do have speed, so this is going to be an interesting hold for him. I think he will be fine, though.
Yeah, he should be okay. There's a lot of surf there on that evolution chamber, but again, I think the queens can block off that area as well. We'll see. He's just kind of poking in and out, in and out, in and out. But as you say, the Baneling Nest does open up the possibility for EnDerr to morph in a load of Banelings and bust through, but he's not really prepared for that. He hasn't gone those enormous quantities of gas and minerals banked up that you need to basically get like 16 or so Banelings.
Yeah. But the one thing really going, another thing really going here for Hunta is that both players are going for layer, but Hunta's on 3 gas for much longer than a time than EnDerr, and his Roach Warren is already done. I mean, he's going to be able to pump out these roaches so fast. 6 roaches on the way, and I feel like this counter aggression is going to be really scary for EnDerr just because he is so far behind in gas and taking a third a lot earlier.
Yeah, definitely. However, EnDerr is going to spot this third, or the drone going out for the third. A couple lings going to run around to try and deny that from going down. But of course, this is CVZ in the early game. There's just overlords absolutely everywhere.
Yeah.
So there's absolutely nothing that either player can do that the other one won't know about.
And really interestingly enough, both these players still don't have, obviously for Hunta, not really crazy, but for EnDerr, no creep yet at that third base. It hasn't been up for that long, but these roaches not out yet. There is 7 roaches on the way, but when he wants to defend that, it's going to be really interesting to see how he's going to get there that fast. Obviously, not helping your opponent, but still, I would love to see a little bit more creep spread, but he's only is on that one queen, while Hunta has he did have 3 queens out, now actually saturating that to the third base, but I mean, he's going to have great creep spread and great just injects here for defense.
Yeah, it's all going to be really nice for him. Tons and tons of energy banked up transfuses as well, so everything looking pretty good for Hunta. Of course, EnDerr did get a bit of a faster third base, and obviously with slightly faster production as well, he's got a slight drone lead, and therefore a little bit of an an econ lead, and that will translate really nicely into roaches. However, Hunta started boosting those roaches a little bit faster as well, so the current roach count sits a little bit in favor of Hunta, just by 4 roaches though, and EnDerr should be able to make that up.
Yeah, I agree with you right there. Really, Hunta's third base was a little bit because of those lings and a little bit because he did go for 3 gas early, and those double gas that he put down on his natural, he instantly put 3 drones into each of that, so that is 6 drones out of your mineral economy, which he did not have, which is putting him a little bit far behind that third base, but I mean, he's catching up right now. It is 57 to 56 workers, so not too crazy here. A little bit of early money here for EnDerr, but I feel like Hunta's in a really fine position with his position right now. I mean, he already has roach speed done, and his 1-1 is a lot closer to being done, because it's not even really being started so far for EnDerr, actually just going for +1 or +2 missile attack.
Yeah, really, really nice there for Hunta. Hunta's going to be way ahead of EnDerr in that regard, but not just yet, of course. Although, that's why. I wondered why EnDerr's +2 missile attack wasn't advancing any, and is, of course, because, as I said, contaminate.
Yep. He's been doing it really well so far.
Yeah.
Hunta's just been kind of cruising through and going, contaminate, boom.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, nothing.
Okay, all right. EnDerr moving out now. Another nice creep spread from Hunta, and Hunta he knows that EnDerr has a few more roaches here, but obviously right now Hunta does have a huge defender's advantage here, and a lot of lings though for EnDerr. Hunta's got to be very careful not to have a surround, but it looks like the surround will go down. Lings attacking the left-hand side, right-hand side. EnDerr's roaches moving in, and not really a great concave for either player. These lings not doing that much damage, but soaking up a lot of the damage from Hunta's roaches. EnDerr now moving in with a few more roaches streaming across the map, and this is looking just really good for Hunta though here, especially with this concave, and he does have 1-1 done, while EnDerr does not quite have that 1-1. The 1-1 will be kicking in just a second, and now, that's not 1-1, that's 1-2 for Hunta, so Hunta has a really big upgrade lead here, actually a 2 upgrade lead, and I'd love to see him keep pushing, maybe with these queens, but no, yeah, he's going home.
Yeah, he is gonna back off there. Nice little attack, but obviously not 100% successful. Didn't finish the game out, and now Hunta is going to be a little bit bold and try and take a 4th base at the gold here. So we'll see how well this serves him. Obviously, the extra income is going to be fantastic, but EnDerr, does he actually know about this yet? Yeah, he knows about this.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
of course, CBC.
So, yeah, he's just moving in, and actually, I'm not sure that Hunta sees these roaches moving. Oh, yeah, he must do now, because a bunch of roaches are moving out to defend that ramp. So, yeah, it doesn't look like EnDerr's actually going to be able to take that out just yet. And Hunta now has quite a few more roaches than... Actually, no. EnDerr has 1 more roach. But there's a bunch on the home. Okay, that makes more sense.
It is roach versus roach right now, but it is at the almost at the 15-minute mark. Game 1, we saw EnDerr go for that infestation pit, but what do you think he's going to do in this position? And he will actually snipe this 5th. I think he will destroy it, but, I mean, both going really strong roaches, not look like they're even stopping, even to the point that Hunta getting tunneling claws and burrow. What do you think would be a nice transition? I mean, you can play this style out for a really long time, but I feel like one of these players will transition and it may break them.
Yeah, eventually, I don't know, but one thing's certain, Hunta is maxed, EnDerr's basically maxed, and Hunta's starting to build up a big bank. So wherever his next push is going to be, he's going to try and push it up here. Even if he doesn't crush this engagement, so long as he trades roughly evenly, his remax will be so much bigger than EnDerr's. So moving in here, this is a crucial engagement for Hunta.
Yeah, actually, just for a little while right there, EnDerr had about 16 Roches that were not in the main army. That's allowing Hunta to be to get a little bit of advantage here. EnDerr still has this nice concave. And out of both players pretty much remaxing on these Roches, but this time Hunta actually getting down an infestation pit, doing what we saw EnDerr do in game 1. But as you were saying, I mean, if Hunta can even trade evenly, he's in a fine position. I think he really has traded evenly right there, gotten rid of a lot of the Roches. I'd love to see him maybe poke back in and try to get some lings here, or some drones, but looks like he's going home for now, and that 5th base will be done in just a couple seconds.
Hunta didn't have enough lava to completely remax on Roaches, so that's a little bit of a shame that he didn't have all those saved up. Maybe a macro hatch or two would have been a fine investment. But yeah, I mean, that means the remax Hunta isn't going to be game ending. It's just going to be, big. However, this is a nice little trick. 3 burrow Roaches just kind of moving into the natural. Of course, EnDerr is far too wise to be caught out by that sort of trickery, and we'll clean that all up. Not too many losses being taken. But yeah, I mean, Hunter's now moving towards Vipers, Infestors, all sorts of different other things that aren't Roaches. Make things a little bit more interesting, mix them up a bit.
Yeah, my one little thing with Hunta right here is that my one little thing against Hunta is doing burrow right there is that he hadn't shown he had that yet. So I'm a little surprised he did that. I feel like there'd be a much larger engagement where he can just do something huge. And we actually just see Hunta going up to 213 out of 200. So, I mean, this is going to be really interesting to see out here. We still just see Roaches coming out for Hunta. Now, Hunta is getting Hive right here, and that is done. Looks like also the ++1/1, and it looks like are we getting... No, not Ultralisks, my bad. But, I mean, as you were saying, just a huge bank for Hunta right here, and he's just posturing for a good location. He literally cannot build anything.
Yeah, I like that trick. Putting down a bunch of spore crawls to get yourself to 213 supply. It's going to mean Hunta has those extra few Roaches.
Which is going to be really big. Cool. Especially with Hunta. Oh, actually, both players at the same upgrades here. We do see engagement at the top of this ramp. A lot of hits from EnDerr going first, but trying to get a nice concave here. There was a few more Roaches, though, for Hunta. It is actually about 20 more Roaches for Hunta here. Wow.
Yeah, I think EnDerr still hasn't fully remaxed after that first engagement. And Hunta looking much, much better here. Overwhelming EnDerr's Roaches. The Spine Crawler in the middle line of the goal base is trying to do what it can, but I don't think it's going to be enough with Hunta absolutely overwhelming here. However, EnDerr is about to have a remax of 12 Roaches, which when it groups up might be able to take down what Hunta has left over. However, the next wave for Hunta, already remaxing 23 Roaches with just in the production tab, now down to 16 as a bunch of them are swelling across the map. And having taken out that goal base, Hunter's going to go back home. This time, he had enough to fully remax.
Yeah, and to boot, in about a minute, Hunta will be at 2-3, I believe, while we still don't see really any upgrades coming out for EnDerr, except for he's going for Tunneling Claws and Burrow now. So, I mean, I'm sure that's kind of the move. Okay, I got to get back into this game somehow. I know I'm taking a lot of damage, but I mean, we haven't seen a lot of micro from him. I'm not sure we're going to see out of that. And we do see, I don't know if the game is free. Okay, EnDerr actually a little bit out, but yes, as you're saying, though, interesting decision for him to go for that. Now, both players still just going solid Roaches. I mean, I feel like we are going to probably see this out to the end, but I wonder what technology... I wonder what... just what tech path is maybe a little bit more viable in this really, really heavy Roach versus Roach, mixing in a few Hydralisks maybe, but you gotta be so careful about that composition.
Yeah, you definitely can. It's a lot better in Hearth and Storm now, particularly with the Hydralisk attack speed buff, but it's there's some very silly stuff going on in the chat. I don't know if anybody can see it, but I hope not, because it's just silly. Yeah, if you get too many Hydralisks, or if you get Hydralisks and take a bad engagement where your Hydralisks are in the front, then they all die, and then you lose the engagement because they're so much more expensive, and it's just it can definitely lose a game. But it looks like my computer used to lag.
Boom! All right, we are in, and we're seeing right off the bat Hunta go into those units, and I love how some of them are burrowed, but EnDerr's got an Overlord there, and just like, what are you doing right there? Still a couple burrowed. They are coming up now. EnDerr actually on the bad side of this engagement right now. Hunta has a huge concave and moving in really, really quickly. He does have 1, 2, 2, 3. He's so close to being done, and he burrows in Hunta, and actually EnDerr leaves. I love how he burrows, then EnDerr leaves. It wasn't even the GG was called. player needs to win this or he's actually going to be out, and his opponent will move on to the finals. It is Psystorm Gaming's EnDerr.
And his opponent, one game away from advancing on to the semi-finals, where he would face another Zerg opponent in the form of My Insanity's Winter. It is our red Zerg player from Team Infinity, Hunta.
Oh yes, and I believe we'll be casting that tomorrow, actually, Winter versus whoever wins off of this. But to start off the game, EnDerr once again, maybe not in a really aggressive pool, but each of his pools in all these games, he's gone pool first, and he's definitely taken a little bit of the aggressive stance.
Yeah, certainly more so than Hunter. He's had his pool down before Hunter, well before Hunter in every single game.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I think it's about the same timing as Overgrowth here, but being that this is Expedition Lost, it's going to work a lot better for him with a slightly shorter rush distance, just generally a smaller map. So he should be able to get a little bit more done with those lanes.
Do you know how much shorter it is? I'm not off the top of your head, but like I feel like Overgrowth is actually about the same as this map.
It's a little bit shorter. I don't know off the top of my head, no, but...
Right. I'd actually love to look that up after. Yeah, I was gonna say I'd love to look that up after this to see how much shorter, because I feel like it only could be a few seconds. But right now for Hunta, he's taking his gas now, while on the other side of the map, EnDerr, I mean, he's already had his done, and he's not going for. I mean, he may be going for speed. I think we're probably gonna see speed off of this because it's not super early, but decently, and that's gonna favor him on this map. He's saying shorter rush distance, and obviously his opponent only droning up right now, not really looking for speed.
No, not just yet. Yeah, we'll see how things progress onwards. But yeah, again, and I think Hunter's pool was a little faster than it was on Overgrowth, but
it was, yes.
Yeah, so he is going to have something to contest this Link Scout from EnDerr, but overall, it still gets in there. It still sees everything it needs to see, and it's going to be a nice little win. He will lose both of these Lings before they get out, but they did their job. They saw what they needed to see, and that was absolutely everything. No crucial scouts, but I wonder if this game we're going to see another big speedling all-in from EnDerr.
Yeah, I wonder too. I feel like that's definitely a possibility in this position right here. But I mean, also I feel like that may be a little bit ballsy for him. But we do see though EnDerr trying to get rid of this queen, or sorry, yeah, this Overlord here with his queen. Now I like that. Obviously, we'll get cut out from these two lings. But I mean, I'm actually gonna more agree with that speedling all in because he's trying to get those Overlords away so he can send those lings, and his opponent will only see it when he's already at the ramp of Hunta.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit annoying. Hunter does have another Overlord, just offset, in fact, which is going to see this drone coming out for EnDerr to take a third base. So we'll see how Hunter reacts to this. Hunter actually has gone straight up to Roaches. Did EnDerr scout that? No, EnDerr actually hasn't seen that Hunter's going straight up to Roaches.
No, yeah.
I guess EnDerr's just trying to not commit as hard to the speeding aggression as he did last game, just with these currently slow lings that are going to, there we go, speedlings moving across the map. Again, I don't think they're going to do much, but this time Hunter has a bit of a weaker wall. 2 queens in it rather than the Evos. So yeah, EnDerr's going to try and make his way through this.
Yeah, and so yeah, there's too many, or actually there's only one more transfuse here, but I feel like he's going to defend, especially with this one queen. He's got to be very careful to have the queen in a nice position though. But actually, lings get in, they pick off one queen, but only 3 lings. Yeah. I feel like Hunta now is, I mean, when he scouted that third for him, he's like, okay, I'm doing my Roaches. I feel confident. I think he's going to be really aggressive right here, especially, actually, I was not to say especially, but I feel like he's going to be aggressive, except for this layers going down now, so a little bit of a mix-up.
Yeah, slightly. I don't think like he's going to be too aggressive. He doesn't need to be.
No, yeah, I agree.
One ling. Sorry, one drone even isn't too bad. But still, for everything that EnDerr invested into that, a queen and a drone is really just not enough. 2 drones even still. The big advantage, I think the biggest thing for EnDerr is that he got his third base up behind that pressure. While that was going on, he did manage to secure a third base. However, Hunter now has his own third base up, and this is a few Roaches. 5 Roaches is,
Yeah, I feel like even if those roaches hit you right now, you can produce enough lings if you want to. But for EnDerr right now, just FYI, he is 7 drones ahead, and you got to remember, even with that attack there, it did not get that much damage done, but it denied for so long Hunta's third base. So right now, EnDerr looking like he's gonna have a really strong economy through this. His layer is a lot later than Hunta's though. So this is still looking really even and back and forth by both these players. We do see the third. I do think it actually will be sniped. Yeah, he does cancel it, and these lings will have to get out of there. But I mean, that's so big for right now. As I was saying, EnDerr, the one thing he really wants now is that economic lead, and he's really securing it quite well.
Yeah, he's definitely doing very nicely at that. And in the Union Counter Station, we see he's ahead by about 6 drones, which is pretty nice. But I kind of feel like I said about the same thing in one of their early games, and Hunta ended up winning it. So I don't know. It depends how well EnDerr can actually take this later on into the game. Because so far, Hunter's just kind of straight out macroed him every single time, and it's going to be. I think it's going to be like easier for EnDerr to take this forwards, given that he just seems to be in a stronger position right now.
Yeah.
But he will have to do that, and Hunta again comes in with this overseer, contaminates the upgrade. And this is something he's been doing really well at. And it's one of the reasons he has on such an upgrade lead in Game 2 on Overgrowth. And he's kept that going. He's still got a great upgrade lead with +1 attack already finished, whereas EnDerr doesn't actually have any upgrades whatsoever.
Yeah, Hunta does see these just couple lings to the left-hand side for EnDerr right here, and doesn't look like much will happen. I mean, he can't push into that third base anyways, though. Double gas is being taken at the third base, putting Hunta up to 5 gas again now. I mean, he can do a lot of stuff with that in the late game, but we're going to see if he's going to transition, and I don't really think he will. I mean, he's made some roaches, but he doesn't have it's not tons and tons of roaches like you do see out of EnDerr here, which is actually going to really favor him in this engagement, especially with so many lings.
Yeah, it's going to go really well for him. Probably, but I mean, yeah, well, the supplies look fairly well in EnDerr's favor. It's actually only really a small advantage in roaches. It's pretty much all lings, or a lot of EnDerr's army is lings. Certainly all this huge swell moving across the map is all lings, but this is all actually enough lings that it might well be able to make a difference, and EnDerr still has spent all the gas, so nice concave for Hunta being set up, but the left-hand side is small enough that it actually can be swamped with lings, and EnDerr's going to do exactly that, completely trapping it down. These queens are going to transfuse away on the roaches, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough with EnDerr kind of splitting his opponent apart, making the concave work against him, and now this should be a really good engagement for EnDerr. The question is whether or not Hunter's 16 roaches he's reinforcing with will be able to push EnDerr away.
Yeah, and EnDerr's actually remaxing on a lot more lings than roaches, interestingly enough, and he just didn't have the gas at the third base. There's no drones in it. He does have it, but no drones at all, so there's a lot more roaches coming out for Hunta to defend, but there is a lot of damage getting done here. I'd love to see EnDerr go into a little hit squad and just take out as many drones as he can, but I mean, still really fighting hard for this third base, and it looks like he may actually just barely overwhelm. While in the natural, I mean, he's still doing really well. Removing roaches, no economic damage, but really right now, EnDerr just kind of has his foot in the mouth of Hunta right here and just keeps pushing him down.
Yeah, absolutely. The third base, EnDerr has complete control of right now. The drones all being evacuated, and I'm not sure he's going to actually kill the base, though, just because he doesn't have that many units there. But the units that were in the third base taking that can now join up with their compatriots in the natural and start doing some serious damage to EnDerr. To Hunta. Taking out all his roaches and just getting in that drone line that's poorly transferring between the third and the natural. There's really nothing else for those drones to do. And GG. Then Hunta. EnDerr managed to put a point on the board, and he's one step closer to that semi-final. Okay, guys, welcome back to game numero 4.
Sí.
Yeah, saca puntas. Game number 4.
The one word you're taught in Spanish class that you're like,
yeah, basically. I never took Spanish, but
okay.
I mean, let's think about it. America, you've got like Mexico and a bunch of Spanish history about how conquistadors. England, where's Spain? And I mean, a couple of people I know have holiday homes in Spain. That's about the closest connection. But yeah, we don't really learn Spanish. We learn French mostly. Anyway, with I don't think anything to do with Spanish or French people either. It is a Zerg player up in the top spawn. It is a pink player from Psystorm Gaming, EnDerr.
Yes, and his opponent in the bottom spawn position of Vani Research Station, it is Infinity Pros, Hunta. And we do see both pools from each of these players actually significantly... not actually significantly later, actually about the exact same time as they were in the previous game.
Yeah, pretty much. Both players, aside from mixing things up a little bit, maybe in the first group, have been keeping things, or keeping everything mainly the same going onwards, and always preferring to act a little more the aggressor. But Hunta, in most of the games, has been consummately holding that off with really very little trouble at all. Only on Expedition Lost actually, taking serious game-ending damage, in fact, from EnDerr's aggression. But in Game 1 and Game 2 on Deadwing and Overgrowth, I mean, EnDerr's kind of crippled himself by building a bunch of lings. We'll see whether or not that happens on Vina Reset Station. I don't think EnDerr's going to go for the big speedling spell he's been going for, because, I mean, it's Vina Reset Station. There's a tiny, tiny ramp to defend your main and natural. There's really very little reason to put that all at risk to go for a big speeding spell. We could see a huge Baning bust out of EnDerr, though, but I doubt it.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe we could see something like that. I was gonna say I really like, though, out of EnDerr in each game a little bit of the a little bit earlier spawning pool. It doesn't put him too crazy back in economy, only one drone literally, but it allows him to get these just continually early scouts. Which, I mean, he sees everything and he knows he doesn't know exactly what's happening, but he's definitely not playing blind, and I really like that from him. Just always getting those scouts. But on his side of the map, normally he's been allowed to deny this, but Hunta does get in and we'll see everything. Even gets the spots no gas at least on the natural.
Yeah, and this is really, really nice for Hunta, because actually I think this is the first game he's managed to get a scout off on EnDerr's base. Every other game EnDerr has been doing that to him. Yeah, I agree. And yeah, so far EnDerr really hasn't managed that. He's got into the main and seen the main. Hasn't seen natural though, but to be honest, the main has all the information that EnDerr needs. It has the gas and it has the pool timing. So there's nothing really for EnDerr to see, or there wasn't. Right now, though, of course, we've got that lair coming in pretty quickly. Not going to be Mucus, I think, just regular old Roach play, because Hunta has been sticking to that really well. And, of course, he starts his Roach upgrades. So, yeah, we'll see how this pans out. So far, EnDerr just taking quite a fast third base. He did build a few lings, but not as many as he has in previous games.
Yeah, he instead of making 20 lings, like he's made in all the previous games where he's done that, he's made 20 lings. He decided to go 10 lings, then a baneling nest and a hatch, and I think that's going to work much better for him. He's getting a little bit of economic lead, and obviously he cannot push up this ramp, but he can deny the third base for a very long time while his third base is down, and Hunta even knows that. So for Hunta, this is really a situation, okay, I got to get out and get my base down, or I need to do some damage, and right now, actually, yeah, EnDerr just pretty much denying any expansion or just look outside of his base.
Yeah, it'll definitely be annoying for Hunta to deal with until he gets his roaches out, or until he actually does otherwise manage to drive away. Yeah, here come the roaches now. He should be able to take these out without too much trouble. But the lings, they could circle around and go into the main. Nah, they don't really want to sacrifice themselves. Yeah. They're just gonna relax around.
And they're like, hey, do we? No, get out of here, get out. Yeah.
No, I have so much to live for. My ling wife and ling children. Tell Lingdor I love them.
So many Ling. They're all family. This is actually a small family. Grandma, grandpa, uncle. They're all in on it. Yeah. But one thing we've seen continually out of EnDerr is he's really spread his overlords aggressively, seeing what he can see out of his opponent, and in the attacks he's done or in the defenses he's known when his opponent's going to attack. But Hunta, he does have this overlord in top left-hand position, which is actually now an overseer, but Hunta's just kept most of his overlords on his side of the map, which I don't really like. I feel like in this early game ZVZ, that is what makes it so unique. You know what your opponent's doing, and he kind of does now, but not as much as we see from Hunta, or EnDerr.
Yeah, I think he's kind of hedging his bets against Mutalisks a bit, though. And that's not a terrible decision at all, especially on Viner Research Station, where Mutalisks can be so prevalent just because it's a good map for Mutalisks. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, obviously, we don't see any Mutalisks coming out of Hunta. And so far, Hunta has just been straight up roaching all day. I think it's going to get killed. Yeah, it's going to get killed off before it gets turned into an Overlord. Little bit of a mistake there by EnDerr, but it can just be an instinctual reaction if you see one of your overlords being attacked by a queen. It's just to morph it into an overseer, because then it can get away.
Yeah, and Roach is actually getting by all these Lings. Lings maybe going for a surround. Yes, they are deciding to try to get some sort of surround right here. But, actually getting out a few Roaches, but on the other side of the map for EnDerr, I mean, he's really prepared for this attack, and he's got a great concave prepared. And, I'd love to see EnDerr actually go into the main, and he may get, actually going for these queens. It's also a good position, denying any of this creep, and Transfuse goes down, and neither goes down, actually. Really, really beautiful right there from Hunta. Pushes these Lings back.
Yeah, but I think the most important part of that attack wasn't that they got some Transfuse engine on the queens, or they killed off a couple of Roaches, but instead that Hunta went all the way back home. Now EnDerr
pushed back the entirety of that attack.
Now EnDerr at his base, so many Roaches. He still had a queen natural, but yeah, he's much more prepared to defend that attack. And if Hunta moves out again, EnDerr will absolutely crush it. Whereas before it would have been a little tough, a little dicey.
Yeah. And Hunta gets the earliest possible warning of this attack with his one Overseer in a nice position, and he's seeing this moving across while EnDerr moving across again. I like these Lings with the army, but at the same time I don't. I feel like definitely situations they can help you, but I'm not sure for games we've seen that. He goes in a little bit too early with them, I feel like, and loses them. But really nicely here, he can attack this third base. This is not a situation where the third base isn't up yet, and these Lings can get a lot of damage at least done into these drones, which I actually think is a cool idea.
Yeah, it's going to be really nice, but fantastic concave setup here for Hunta. However, EnDerr's reinforcements are going to kind of turn that against him, and a really, really nice concave on top. Hunta has to retreat back to the relative safety of Spinecrawler, but EnDerr has so many units crushing in here. I don't know if Hunta has enough to hold.
Yeah, EnDerr right now pushing so hard. There is this one Spinecrawler, but there is no Queen's Transfuse. Spinecrawler goes down. Beautiful concave by EnDerr. We did see 30 Lings coming out for EnDerr, and they're streaming across the map, while Hunta only has 9 Roaches coming out from this. And Hunta does have +1 armor or attack against this, but that's not going to be enough. It's just, as I said before, it's a meat grinder here, and he's got to regroup his units. He cannot fight at this ramp right here. GG! EnDerr nicely takes game 4, and we're going to see a game 5 currently 2-2. I'm honestly surprised. 5 o'clock position on Catalina. Barely scratching his way back, so it wasn't a 3-0. It's currently 2-2, and this amazing Zerg player in the 5 o'clock position representing Psystorm Gaming is EnDerr.
And his opponent up here in the top spawn of Catalina. It is his opponent, the yellow Zerg player from Infinity Gaming, Hunta.
I don't know if it's just my intros or our intros in together, but whenever I hear our intros or anybody's intros, I always feel like, just like the professional casters seem to always just nail the intros. Like, they have them all prepared and just written down. And I just feel like it sounds so much better. And I got to do that sometime. Just be like, okay, I'm going to, beforehand, really think about it. But, yeah. Random tidbit right there. We both see literally the exact same pool timings as we saw in Game 3 and 4.
Yeah. And, I mean, Game 3 and 4 went pretty well for EnDerr. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I think to go from this time. Few more Lings this time, though, coming out of EnDerr than we've seen before. So I think he actually needs to get some damage done to recoup the slight economic losses, because at the minute, of course, he's sitting 4 drones behind. So it's going to be a little tougher for him, but he should be able to get something done at least. Yeah,
definitely. Something done at least. I mean, no.
Oh, I don't know, actually. Now there's a queen out and 4 Lings. I don't think he's actually going to kill off any drones, and now there's 8 Lings for Hunta, so EnDerr's going to have to go home, and there's nothing done. And now he still has... actually, he's evened up a little bit. He's got a... he's only 1 drone behind, because, of course, Hunta had to commit all to those Lings. But still, Hunter made the lings later, so he had the drones mining for longer. So it's a little lead for Hunter, but nothing too bad.
A little bit of a lead for EnDerr, at least in the speed at the moment. Obviously, there is more lings for Hunta, and those lings actually completely pushing EnDerr back. I would have loved to see when the first 2 lings popped at Hunta's natural for EnDerr to have killed them, but he decided not to. And this is going to be a little bit of a hold EnDerr needs to have happen here. I feel like this queen, the queen is fine, and we'll push that back. This time, interestingly enough, though, Hunta also getting metabolic boost and a baneling nest. I think this is going to be the first time we're really going to see him do some ling stuff, at least here. And I'm actually really curious to see what he's gonna do.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how things pan out. And yeah, just one thing I want to touch on back again is EnDerr, despite having 6 lings to 8, did manage to take a small skirmish engagement as he was being chased back across the map and just kill one of Hunter's lings, which is really cool. Having a slight ling disadvantage, but just going, well, I'm just gonna pick one off and leave anyway. What's also nice
what's also given Hunta a little bit of advantage here is he actually took out an Overlord right as EnDerr was making these lings, and that paused 6 lings from being made. But these speedlings getting to the main, there's still no speed for Hunta. It is almost done though, very, very soon, and this queen is actually the saving grace in the main.
Yeah, but these speedlings are going to see everything. They're going to see all the lings that are popping out of Hunter, and there's 14 more on the way. So EnDerr should know there's something coming. He should be able to start actually thinking about how he's going to hold it off and what he's going to start getting to defend this push coming out of Hunter.
Oh dear. Oh, Ling's barely getting there in time to defend the push from Hunta right there. Not even defend, but just push it back for now. And actually engaging with these Lings, he's got to be careful not to engage in these Banelings pop. But, I was going to say, if he can somehow break through those Lings, he may be able to cancel the Banelings. It won't happen, though. Roach Warren down. Evo Chamber's down and completely walled off here at the natural.
Yeah, big wall in here. There's no way those Banes are getting through that.
Yeah, third base will be canceled, though, for now. And this is really going to be key whether Hunter's going to take a third base here. Actually deciding to go double Evo Chamber and does not have quite enough for that. But I feel like that'd be great if he took a third base off the back of this. I don't know if he can actually break through this. There's so many queens, and these roaches behind just it's so much damage as the Lings literally can do nothing to them.
Yeah, absolutely. The queen's wedged in tight there, forming a full wall off. And it's going to be super tough for Hunter to break through. And this is kind of how we saw EnDerr lose.
So you got to be careful.
EnDerr lose a couple of his games. Yeah, with the Ling support and with the fact they're kind of close to like a ramp, they can wedge themselves in. They should be okay. Yeah. And EnDerr moves out again to take his third base, but he's got to be there defending it like all the time because otherwise Hunter will just kill it.
Yeah, he's got to be so watchful about that third base because there is so many Lings on the map. Hunta, really, this game is really, he's taken map control well, and he's, third base actually, sorry, canceled.
Yeah, very good.
Hunta. Really nice from EnDerr getting in there, but I feel like in all the previous game, EnDerr has been really out of the map, had great map control, and that's because we've seen out of Hunta always going these roaches, but this time Hunta is saying, I'm going to switch it up in this final game, and I think it's a great idea, doing something your opponent doesn't quite expect, and I mean, it almost worked.
Yeah, it was very close. One stray Overlord is going to get taken out here. The Lings heroically tried to distract the Queen, but the Queen is single-minded in its determination to murder Overlords. But yeah, both players just kind of skirmishing back and forth with those Lings. Little to no consequence here. But actually, if EnDerr can pull it by a little run through into the main base, this could matter a little bit more. He's going to get a scout off mainly, see what's coming out, see its roaches. Tries to pick off a drone, thinks better of it, and just runs around to see what's going on in the natural. But Hunter is ready to intercept that, and now, it's kind of stabilized. However, EnDerr still has this third base up way, way faster than Hunter. He's got a decent... Actually, he's got a little bit fewer drones, but he has the capability to drone up much faster, much harder, and he has that third base to make put those drones to work a little bit more efficiently. So we'll see how things go for him. Pushing across the map now with his roaches. +1 just about to finish for Hunter, but a little way off for EnDerr now. This is going to be a bit tough.
Yeah, very tough. Especially, I was going to say, Hunta actually, his lair was about a minute earlier, but just didn't utilize it at all. We see a little skirmish of the drones desperately trying to push off these lings, but it won't happen. Roaches of EnDerr moving into that third base, and yeah, it's going to be canceled. These lings cannot do anything, and Hunta realizes this now, bringing the queens along. He knows he has to defend this and get this third base up because the economy of EnDerr is so good right now. He is 10 drones ahead, and he's looking fantastic. He's actually even just saying, I'm going to go home, not even going around for another attack, and is literally just making a beeline home. He's even selected it so far. And we did see a little bit of attack attempted in that third base of EnDerr, but it's just not happening. And especially off the back of this EnDerr, he's got his roach speed up, and I mean, all his upgrades are coming in, and this is looking really strong for EnDerr. Well, Hunta is just, I mean, again and again denial that third base not only has really just stunted his roach growth, but has stunted his entire economy overall with losing those drones there.
Yeah, it's just been really, really good for EnDerr. I mean, and EnDerr, he doesn't have to actually take an engagement with Hunta right now, because if he does, there's a chance that Hunta will win, and there's a chance that Hunta will be able to just pump roaches until he actually kills EnDerr. But for now, he knows Hunta is way behind. Looking at the income, EnDerr is a good like 500 income ahead, and another like 100 or 200 in gas. And there's just no reason to not to wait until now, when you've got much more roaches. It's got 5 more roaches. You've got the capability of remaxing on a lot more roaches.
I love that overseas.
Yeah, equal upgrades, your speed's done, and everything's just going to look really nice for EnDerr when he decides to take the engagement, and it will be his engagement to take.
What I'm really finding... that queen will be destroyed. The Overlord will, or the Overseer will survive. What I really like about Catalina is them spreading creep in this middle path, because both of them know, I mean, it is a very kind of, the map is split up a lot, but both getting nice creep spread out, so what am I trying to say? The natural is kind of split up on the left and right hand side because of these ramps, and so a lot more creep spread allows you to be a lot more maneuverable in this. But we do see Hunta actually trying to take this engagement. A beautiful concave. EnDerr not responding at all close enough time, and we'll have to pull back from here.
Does EnDerr not have roach speed? It looked like
no,
he was getting chased down. Yeah,
it finished. Yeah, I was like, or at least it finished. I mean, unless he canceled it.
Yeah, no, they both got roach speed. I just thought it was getting chased down a little bit, but it must have been just because he was going around a curve, or he'd just stepped off creep and onto a stone creep or something like that. But anyway, for now, the roach count's very, very even actually. 3 roaches, 3 roaches. Hunta had until just a couple of seconds ago a little bit of an upgrade advantage, but they're both jockeying for position right now. And as it gets back towards EnDerr's side of the map, the reinforcements advantage, the defense advantage will start to swing into his hands, and he should be able to, with a massive roach advantage now, nearly 10 roaches, 8 roaches up for EnDerr, he might be able to take an engagement very, very nicely.
Yeah, a nice concave though from Hunta right off the bat, and Hunta knows he has got to get out of here. Some actually really nice splits on that retreat for a second. Will go all into one big line, retreating home. And even if Hunta defends his back, EnDerr's got roach speed and tunneling claws. Burrowing and tunneling claws on the way, only making his roaches even more powerful. Huge concaves going down. The defender's advantage going to Hunta right now. It is currently 50 roaches for EnDerr to the only 25 now. Hunta. GG, EnDerr takes game 3, coming back from 2 losses and beautifully takes those games.